Hey gang, welcome back to my channel. Today we are unboxing or re-unboxing a game called Pizhe Xianzhi, or Fart Profit, rough translation. Basically, this game is about a bunch of people stuck in an elevator, and somebody or a couple of people within the group farted, and we're not quite sure who, but we have to figure out who done it and kick them out of the elevator, unless you were the ones that done it, and then y'all have to basically turn everybody against each other and get them to kick themselves out of the elevator and then take over. So yeah, that's basically the game. It takes 5 to 10 people, so it's kind of a large crowd game, and they gotta get ready to be, hostile, divisive towards each other. This isn't like a friendly game. You're like everybody, even your allies, or you're not really sure who your friends are in this game. You're kind of paranoid, suspicious of who could be doing this. So, but it's really friggin' hilarious. And this game was made in mainland China. Looks like the publishing company is DBT Games. This is the only game of theirs I have. I love the artwork on it. It's really colorful and friggin' hilarious. Let me show you the components of the game. First, I'll show you this. This isn't part of the game. This is something I made, and I didn't really make these. I wrote down this stuff. Basically, it just explains. You'll get these cards that are like what you're going to do on each floor, which actions you'll take, and you'll have like a hand of these. I made this player's aid card for him, and then my friend, who's way more artistic than me, laminated them and put Gudetama on them. It's I don't know. She's awesome. So yeah, that's a new feature of this game. That's pretty much an exclusive just for me. That's not going to come standard with your box. You'll just have to read the Mandarin on these cards instead. She also she has an Etsy shop, and she made stickers. So I want to thank her for that. That's really awesome. See, they sparkle too. This is the most beautiful fart I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, so the components of this game. There's the rules, which I translated to English. And this is the only copy I have. I meant to like save a copy and save a file and upload it to Board Game Geek, but somehow that got deleted, and so this is the only thing I got. I guess I could probably like scan it and upload it. Maybe I'll get around to that one day. But it basically explains how the game works. Let's see, detailed version. Yeah, let's see if I can find like a quick summary of the game rules. Not the detailed version, but the short, quick version. Oh yeah. End of the round. Summary of the annotations. Okay, I think this is the, fast version. So let's see. Based on the number of players, get the configurations. Alright, so basically you figure out how many people you got playing, 5 to 10 people, and that'll determine, like, how many regular passengers there are versus how many secret farters there are, and whether the secret people that farted actually, like, in a small game, they actually don't know who the other farter is. In a larger game where it's like 10 passengers and only 2 of which farted, then they actually know who each other are, so that way they can gang up on the rest of them. Let's see. Everybody chooses a character. They set their health to 4. That's the max. And then the floors are mixed up, and then everybody takes turns playing an action card before the floor card is revealed. And then a floor card is revealed, and that'll be like, there's basically 2 kinds of floors. There's the clean floors in blue, And then the multicolored ones, those are different flavors of fart that happen on each floor. So you have a health bar of 4, and 4 out of 8 floors have farts on them. So you're going to lose health quickly unless you play the exact right response card on each floor. And those can be like holding your breath or snatching the fart and rubbing it in somebody else's face, or breathing if it's a clear floor. That's allowed. And yeah, there's a bunch of different cards. I'll explain those later. Anyway, you go through after every floor card is revealed and the responses are dished out. Then there's a discussion phase where everybody that played a card that allows them to talk that turn will have a turn to talk and discuss things and try and sway everybody. They can let out their theories on who done it or whatever. And then there's a voting phase, and everybody that I think everybody is allowed to vote. I don't think you have to have played a certain response card to vote, but everybody votes, and we'll see if anybody gets voted off the elevator because they're thought to be the farter. And then you go through all the floors and you see who's still alive and which team outnumbers which. And that's about how it goes. So let's see. Here's the card. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here's the rules in Mandarin. Yeah, so I did a pretty good job, like, keeping all the original pictures and art and changing it to English. It was pretty good. It's a good game. It really ought to get an English release. So let's see. Here is the major components of the game. I think I need to bag these separately in bigger bags. This little one is not cut out for holding all these things. That's poor packing on my part. Apologies. There we go. Okay. Okay, got it, yes. Alright. So these are the secret identity cards. You get one at the beginning of the game. It'll basically tell you if you're just a regular old passenger or if you are one of the farters. And then in a more, there's a terrorist. That's somebody who can reveal that they're a farter. I think they also get like some sort of a sneak attack kind of a thing. And there's a reason for that. It just depends on the number of players, if this is going to be a thing in the game or not. There's a special version of the game where if you have 10 players or maybe 10 players and a, what do you call it, like a guide or like a referee, somebody who's not playing but is sort of leading the game, then there's these extra roles for some of the players there where like they get lost in another dimension and it is a thing, and then there's a father who can give a blessing and prevent somebody from being voted out or eliminated, and a detective who gets to, I don't know, I forgot how it works. I never had enough players to do this. I always had like 5 or 6 people max. I never had a full-on 10, 11 player game, but something I'd like to do one day. And what are these? Oh yeah, these are the floor cards. Here, I'll show you the back of them. See, it's got the elevator buttons. So you'd set these out. There's 4 clear floors, and then you mix in like 4 different kinds of farts. And nobody knows what floor is coming. But so this is a clear floor. It's safe, so nobody's going to get hurt on this floor. This is a small. This is a small. That's what that character is. Small, smelly fart floor. So anybody that breathes on this floor or doesn't protect themselves with the right kind of response card, they'll take 1 damage. Yeah, and then there's like some heavier. Yeah. heavier farts that you can sprinkle in on some of the floors. So they'll do like multiple damage and have like way worse flavors. I think this one does like one damage a couple of times throughout the game or something like that. Yeah. Bunch of different things to watch out for. So yeah, those are the floor cards. These are the player numbers. I'm not really sure why they have numbers. Because you're going to get a particular character later. So why numbers? These are the health cards. People start at 1. People start at 4. There isn't really much gaining health in this game unless you have a special secret ability. But some of the characters' abilities let them start at 5. Yeah, so that's your health. You keep that. You put that like on a one of these dowel things or holder things. And yeah, here you are at full health. If you take a damage, you go down to 3, then 2, then 1, and then you just die. So, hold your breath. These are the reaction cards for, what you're planning on doing. So you choose which card in your hand you're going to use on a particular floor. If you think it's going to be a clear floor, you might want to breathe. And I think this lets you. Oh, this is the ma. That's the insult card or the scolding card. And during the voting phase, if you play this lets you get 1.5 votes instead of just 1 vote. So that could help you get somebody eliminated from the game. Let's see. Oh, then there's a listen card. And let me refer to my player's aid. Where did I put that? A nice little player's aid card that my dear friend made me. I wrote down notes on a piece of paper, but she cardified it with the lamination. Yeah, so that's the listen card. So, listen, if someone on this floor farted, select a living player's status card to inspect. Okay, yeah. I thought that was +0. Thought that said +0 right there. I can't read my own handwriting. Sometimes that says to inspect. All right. So basically, you would check their secret identity and see if they did it or not. So that's powerful. You might pick the wrong person, but maybe you'll figure out who somebody is, or maybe you're the farter. You play this card. You pick up somebody, as you find out they're a farter too, and all of a sudden you two are now on the same page. You can work together. This is the snatch card, so that lets you grab a fart and rub it in somebody's face if there's a fart on that floor. Snatch. If wagered on a fart floor, deal 1 unblockable damage to any player. Can be played from your hand during your... Oh yeah, you can play it from your hand during your action phase to do 1 normal damage to any player if someone farted on this floor. Okay. So it looks like you can either select it and do an unblockable damage, or you can play some other card before the floor is revealed. And then when it is revealed and it turns out to be a fart floor, you can play this card from your hand in addition to whatever else you played. One does a unblockable damage, the other just does 1 normal damage, but maybe they got some trick up their sleeve to block it. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Dren, that's endure. That's like to kind of hold your breath. So like it blocks all damage from any farts going on that floor if you play this card. Yep. And what else we got? Breathe, endure, snatch. Da, 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 da. Did we cover it? So let's see. Yeah, we covered breathing, enduring, scolding, listening. Oh, blow. Yeah. Where's a blow card? There it is. Yep. Okay, so that's like you just blow the fart over to somebody. How's that different from snatch? Blow. If someone farts, draw one card and deal one damage to a neighboring player. So you still take damage, but you get to draw a card and you get to damage another player. Block all damage on this floor. Oh yeah, if you breathe on a clear floor, it lets you draw two cards. If someone farted, though, you take an extra damage, so don't breathe on a fart floor. If you breathe on a clear floor, good stuff happens, though, so you really gotta be careful, but it might be worth a risk, or, you know. Yeah. So, yeah, that's most of the key parts of the game, except the most fun part is you're not just yourself. You actually get to select your character at the beginning of the game, and look at all these characters. There's like friggin', I don't know, there might be more than 100. I put a sleeve on them, but let me see the back of them. Oh yeah, okay. What's that? That looks like a name tag kind of a thing. So yeah, that's your character for the game. I think the game says you give everybody two and they put back one and keep the one that they want to be. But there's all these different, like, weird people you might get in an elevator with. Some of them are like, just random guys or whatever. But then they get crazy. Like, there's friggin' Pumpkinhead, there's a Witch Doctor. Here's your landlord. This is a guy from a Chinese opera. I think that's like, oh yeah, he's from Bandits in the Marsh or the Water Margin. He's like the crazy guy that beats up everybody. He's like the psycho warrior kind of a guy. You got a robot, you got friggin' Hamlet, and apparently Hamlet's whole ability is you write whatever you want for his ability, which is insane. You have the Monkey King, you have Pinocchio. I'm drawing a lot of insane characters, but then you go to like, here's a delivery person, here's a Chinese medicine doctor. His ability is on a fart floor. If you are not damaged to death, you may examine an active player status card, so you can check and see if you're still alive on any fart floor. You can check and see if somebody's a farter or not. So it's sort of like playing the listen card, except this guy's on permanent listening mode. Then again, I guess if you play a listen card on a fart floor and don't die, then you get to check two people's status cards. Here you got Dracula. You have the god of the land, Merlin. I guess just like a weird cat. And a ninja. What's the ninja do? Immune to all damage when using endure, even unblockable damage, and psychic damage caused by it. Okay, that's the variant of the game where there's the it player. So if somebody does a snatch card on this guy, he blocks that too, even though it's supposedly unblockable. Then you have a zombie. So when if HP equals 0, doesn't leave the game, can't vote or speak anymore, number of players equals 0 at the end of the game. Number of players. Oh yeah, he counts as nobody at the end of the game. So I guess he like continues to live on and influence the game in a way. Maybe he can no, he can't vote or speak. So he doesn't leave the game. He can't vote or speak. So what can he do? I don't know. That definitely changes something. Here, this says outsider. In Mandarin, it says Wai Shengren, so he's like a guy from a different province. I guess he's like, you're in a city with buildings that have elevators. This guy's like from the countryside. He's like a farmer. It's probably his first time in an elevator, kind of a thing. I think it's cute. Let's see, what's he do? Draw a card each time a player is cast out of the elevator by vote. Okay, neat. Is that like a pension or something? Yeah. AQ, that's another character from Chinese literature. He's sort of like their Forrest Gump, except way more tragic. Like the whole country's going to crap, and it's like almost the end of the Qing dynasty. The dynasty's about to collapse into revolution, and then warlords, and then civil war, and then nationalists versus communists, and then the Japanese invade and stuff. This guy, like at the very beginning of all that, I don't know, he's like just getting in bar fights, and like somebody accuses him of a crime, and he's like, yeah, so what if I committed a crime? He's like, are you sparking a revolution? He's like, yeah, I'm a badass revolutionary or something. And he just gets executed. But they write his whole story like he's some legendary hero, but they're just describing like a poor day laborer with fleas and stuff. Yeah, crazy. So yeah, that's this game. Basically, just a social deduction game. Figure out who farted in an elevator, or if you are the guy that farted, just trying to kick out everybody else. Here's a sumo wrestler. It's pretty hostile. You and your friends are all confronting each other, making speeches, uh, trying to get everybody to gang up on everybody else and stuff, or single somebody out. It can get vicious. I've seen some like arguments break out, but it's like fun. It's all in good humor, and it's a quick game, like 15-20 minutes tops, and by the end of it, everybody just like, oh man, like it got crazy back there. What the hell were we doing? We were yelling about who farted, when it turns out it was us. It was you the whole time, or whatever. I love it. Thank y'all for joining me. That's this game. That's Fart Profit, or they don't call it Fart Profit. They actually spell out the pinyin of the Chinese. So that's Pizhe Xianzhi. You can look for it. Anyway, thank y'all for joining me. Stay tuned for the next game.